Hey everyone! It's WrestleMania season once again, and things are heating up in WWE as we head toward the biggest event of the year. WrestleMania 42 is set for April the 18th and 19th, 2026, at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, marking the third time the city has hosted the showcase of the Immortals. With Elimination Chamber coming up soon as a final major stop on the road, the buzz is intense, but so is the backstage drama. Let's dive into the latest stories, rumors, and developments shaking up the company right now. One of the biggest issues circulating is a growing frustration among WWE talent regarding the WrestleMania 42 card. Reports indicate that plans have been in constant flux, with frequent changes happening behind the scenes. This has left even main event level stars uncertain about their roles at the event. Sources close to the situation have described how the card was reportedly mapped out before the Royal Rumble, but disappointing early ticket sales, down around 18% from the previous year, prompted rewrites and adjustments. Some insiders have drawn comparisons to the old Vince McMahon era, where long-term booking often gave way to last-minute alterations, sometimes even on show day. While it's not quite at that extreme under the current leadership, the repeated shifts have created real annoyance in the locker room. It's understandable why talent would feel this way. WrestleMania is a pinnacle, and with only one premium live event left before the big weekend, many top names still don't have confirmed matches. From what's visible on television, the only bout that seems firmly locked in is CM Punk defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Roman Reigns. Reigns earned that shot by winning the 2026 Royal Rumble, and the company appears committed to keeping that matchup intact no matter what else changes. Everything else feels up in the air, raising concerns that we might see a bunch of multi-person matches thrown together just to fit everyone on the card. Take the women's side as an example. There was talk of a high-profile clash between AJ Lee and Becky Lynch being set for WrestleMania, but that got pivoted to Elimination Chamber instead. Even then, reports suggest WWE might end up running the match twice or extending the build-up in ways that could stretch the storyline thin over the next couple of months. On the tag or faction front, something like El Grande Americano versus El Grande Americano has been positioned as a WrestleMania lock, but fan reactions on social media haven't been overly enthusiastic, which adds pressure to make it compelling. The WWE Championship picture is particularly chaotic. Drew McIntyre, who recently captured the title and helped boost SmackDown ratings, faces ongoing rumors of a rematch with Cody Rhodes. They've been entangled in a feud for over 6 months, and their 2025 encounters didn't land as strongly as hoped. Liya in the unresolved mystery of who attacked Jacob Fatu, and it's clear WWE has backed itself into a corner. A potential solution could be a fatal four-way involving McIntyre, Rhodes, Fatu, and someone like Randy Orton to tie up loose ends neatly. However, with a chamber match already announced to determine McIntyre's challenger, squeezing in a multi-man bout becomes tricky without major reconfiguration. Overall, this feels like one of the messiest WrestleMania builds in recent years, with uncertainty dominating the conversation. Shifting to a specific matchup that's generating discussion, CM Punk is set to defend the World Heavyweight Championship against Finn Balor in a rematch at Elimination Chamber. Their recent Raw clash was a standout, earning strong praise for the in-ring work. According to update from reliable sources, this bout came about largely because Punk personally pushed for it. He enjoys working with Balor and has wanted to face him again for some time. While the match might seem predictable on paper, it serves a bigger purpose, elevating Balor back toward main event status after his slip down the card in recent years. That said, Balor's presentation needs work heading into the event. He hasn't scored a clean singles pinfall victory since September, which raises legitimate questions about his credibility as a title challenger in kayfabe. WWE will likely need to build him up with strong wins or dominant showings to make the stakes feel real. Another story-stirring debate involves a WWE Hall of Famer speaking out strongly against a fellow inductee. Jesse Ventura appeared on the Independent American's podcast and expressed deep anger over Donald Trump's inclusion in the WWE Hall of Fame. Ventura highlighted how Trump lacks the in-ring credentials or dedication that define most honorees. He pointed out his own grueling schedule, like wrestling 63 consecutive nights without a break, as an example of what earns entry, contrasting that with others who have accomplished even more but remain overlooked, like Olympian Ken Pat era. Ventura argued that Trump's spot stems primarily from providing venues for WrestleMania's 4 and V, where he profited from rentals. He called it a disgrace and admitted he's come close to publicly resigning from the Hall himself in protest. This isn't a new sentiment from Ventura, but his latest comments have reignited the conversation about Hall of Fame criteria and celebrity inclusions. On a more positive health note, fans noticed Rhea Ripley's absence from a recent Raw. Actually, it was Roxanne Perez from Judgment Day who was missing. She addressed it on Instagram, explaining she's dealing with an illness. Her stablemate showed support by bringing her balloons, and the wrestling community wishes her a quick recovery so she can return to action soon. Injury news has hit hard with one rising star. Braun Breaker, who was poised for a big spot, aggravated an existing hernia issue during a Raw segment where he flipped the announce table. He required emergency surgery, and updates suggest a recovery could take longer than hoped. While young wrestlers often bounce back faster, internal feelings within WWE lean toward him missing WrestleMania 42 entirely. This throws a major wrinkle into plans, as Breaker was reportedly lined up for a high-profile match against Seth Rollins. The company already pivoted once due to Rollins' prior injury, and now a second adjustment might be needed. Whether they scrap the build-up or redirect it remains to be seen, but it's a significant blow to one of the more anticipated potential feuds. Celebrity involvement always amps up WrestleMania excitement, and a couple of names are in the mix this year. Stephen Amell, known for his prior WWE and All-In appearances, recently confirmed on iHeartRadio Canada that he'll make a cameo during Night 2. Details are scarce, but rumors have swirled about him possibly wrestling or getting involved in the segment. Meanwhile, Bad Bunny appears locked in for the event, with speculation pointing to a clash with Logan Paul. That matchup would draw huge attention given their star power and history. WWE's push into sponsorships has reached new levels, and not everyone is thrilled. During a recent Raw, Dominic Mysterio appeared with a Dude Wipes logo prominently displayed on his merchandise. As the reigning Intercontinental Champion, who notably defeated John Cena for the title. This has drawn criticism for making him look less serious. Fans have called it out as crossing a line, with concerns that over-commercialization could undermine the product's credibility. Jokes about Triple H emerging in a suit covered in logos capture the sentiment that things might have gone too far in blending wrestling with blatant advertising. On a brighter business note, crowning Drew McIntyre as WWE Champion seems to have paid dividends. Last week, SmackDown drew 1.45 million viewers, up from 1.26 million the prior week, with a key 18 to 49 demographic improving to a 0.35 rating from 0.29. This bump suggests McIntyre's title win resonated with audiences and could influence decisions around the championship heading into WrestleMania. Sustaining that momentum would be ideal for the company. Gaming fans got a touching detail in WWE 2K26 with CM Punk's model. The game includes his tattoo honoring his late dog Larry Wright on his stomach, a heartfelt tribute that immortalizes a pet in virtual form. It's a small but meaningful addition that shows attention to personal stories. Speaking of Punk in 2K26, the CM Punk Showcase mode has revealed its full match lineup, blending real historical bouts with fantasy what-if scenarios. The historical matches include classics like Punk vs. JBL at SummerSlam 2008, Rey Mysterio at Armageddon 2008, Randy Orton at WrestleMania 27, The Undertaker at WrestleMania 29, John Cena on Raw in February 2013, The Rock at Elimination Chamber 2013, Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam 2013, Drew McIntyre at Bad Blood 2024, Seth Rollins on Raw in January 2025, and the triple threat with Rollins and Reigns at WrestleMania 41. Fantasy editions bring dream encounters such as Punk vs. Stone Cold Steve Austin vs. Eddie Guerrero, and a tag match with AJ Lee against The Miz and Maryse. Notably absent is his iconic Money in the Bank 2011 ladder match win over Cena, likely due to licensing or other issues, but the mode still promises a deep dive into Punk's career highlights and alternate paths. Finally, wrapping up with the truth about AJ Styles' retirement. The Phenomenal One closed his in-ring WWE career at the Royal Rumble last month against Gunther in a match that echoed his 2016 debut for the company, bookending his run poetically. Reports confirm it was ultimately Styles' call to retire there, despite WWE's attempt to negotiate a new contract beforehand. Discussions were ongoing, but with no deal locked in as the event approached, they proceeded with a retirement angle. Styles and WWE continued talking about his future role, possibly backstage or otherwise, though nothing is signed yet. If his current contract expires without renewal, he'd be free to explore options, but there's no strong indication he's rushing back to the ring anywhere, whether AEW, TNA, or elsewhere. Some fans wish for a bigger send-off at WrestleMania, but respecting his decision to go out on his terms is key. He might take an extended break or step away for good, as hinted in recent interviews. That's the latest roundup of the wildest stories circulating in WWE right now. From card chaos and injuries to Hall of Fame debates and heartfelt gaming tributes, it's a busy time on the road to WrestleMania 42. Drop your thoughts below. What match are you most excited for? And do you think things will settle down soon? Stay tuned for more updates as we count down to Las Vegas.